Hey, this is Louis D. Fresh, bringing it to you and Carly. How you like that? And Carly on a Saturday morning. I hope you are doing well. See, that's why I don't like to edit. That's fun. That's good stuff. Oh, I have my wife's phone. How you like that? Hold on one second. All right, back to the action here. I hope you're doing well. Today, what we're going to talk about, as I promised on a little update, trying to do more updates, trying to use authentic stuff that's right here, right present. I'm taking a look at the consolidation tank update. We're definitely going to do at least two more, between now and the middle of the calendar year. The reason I wanted to show it to you is because I like to show authenticity, show you what things have been going on. And so I think my wife's going to come out in a second. But in the meantime, let me show you a little bit about the fish tank. You are no longer in the video, in case you wanted to come out. This is my little consolidation tank. Remember my friend the Buddha here. I want to share this is brand new. I put this in yesterday, this Amazon sword. As you can see here, very authentic here. It's huge and it was very inexpensive. I got it at the fish farm. I'm not sure if this will work, so that's why I definitely want to do at least a couple more updates on it, because I have not been successful with Amazon swords in the past because of the heat in the city, and because I live in, again, look way back in my archives on my outdoor plants. I talked about outdoor plants. I talked about the zone that we live in. And the zone that I live in, I should say, is zone 10, and to be more specific, 10B, because the sun, which is actually hiding behind the clouds right now, which is amazing because it was just beating down 2 seconds ago. What I'm trying to say about it is that it gets very warm here and very humid because I live in a peninsula. If you look at Florida on a U.S. map, you'll notice it's on the east side on the lower right, and therefore it's closer to the equator, and therefore we are in a very subtropical. It does get chilly, as you've seen in some of my archives. Especially the cold fronts. I actually lost, if you look back about 2 years ago, I think it was the Christmas of 2022, I lost a bunch of fish because I didn't have the proper heating, because it was cold. It was in the low 40s Fahrenheit. So anyway, I said all that to say this, that I'm not sure if this plant will work, but I'm going to find out, and you're going to find out too with me. In the meantime, this tank has really blossomed. I can't lie, for a while there, it was struggling along. And I'll tell you the couple things before I stand up that I changed to make it better. Because truth be told, I was losing about 2, 3, 4 fish every week consistently. And the fish farm kept seeing me, and I kept coming up with stories saying, I just wanted to add different fish. And they kept dying on me, and I was wondering why. One thing that I changed was I added more of this crushed coral. That crushed coral keeps this water more alkaline rather than acid, because again, noticing that I get a lot of rain here. That rain is really acidity because of the I live in a city, so therefore that wasn't working out too well. So therefore I added much more crushed coral. I add about 2 60-ounce cups every other week, so that has helped dramatically. Other thing, I put a lot of salt in here because you read a lot. They need salt. I have to agree with I forget the name of the people that told me differently. They don't need salt. I was wrong. I thought they did, and they don't. Most of the salt is now gone from water changes in the last few months. Therefore, the fish are now much more alive, much more vibrant, and I'm not losing fish. And the last thing that I did was, even though I did not like it, was to add aeration. And I'm definitely want to talk about aeration probably in about a month's time, because I want to do an update on the tank behind me, because I added another thing, and I added a couple more fish. But that also has aeration. There's only the turtles, obviously the tortoise, and one beta fish does not have aeration. All my other fish tanks have aeration. You'll get a better view when I stand up. So I think those 3 adjustments, and also you notice the water is a little bit more brown, and it's not because of that, but it's a little bit more tannousy color. I think now, since there's a lot of less salt in it, the driftwood, there's a bunch of driftwood in here. Driftwood is actually now releasing its tannins, and now it's becoming a little bit more brown, which is fine. This is more realistic, it's more natural. And again, before I stand up, about, I would say about, to be honestly, about 10% of the fish in here are born here. They've been born here. And the number one fish in here, by far, are the Endler guppies. There's an Endler guppy right there. I do have common guppies in there, but I definitely think the Endler guppies have, there's another Endler guppy right there. They have definitely ruled the roost in this place. There's another Endler guppy right there. I have some mollies. That's the least number of things that I have in there. These are the mollies, I have the least number. Then after that, I definitely the platies. Definitely have a nice collection of platies. There's a platy right there. They're all live bearers, so they're all cousins, so they all can kind of get along with each other. But I have to admit, now the tank finally is really rolling. And again, another thing I want to see, now that the sun is coming back out, is to see if these plants, there it is, there's why I wanted to shoot it now, you see the sun. I want to see if these plants, the Anacris, they do make it and live through the summer. The summer gets here, it's in consistently 90 to 95 Fahrenheit every day for about 3 months, consistently, every day. And so I want to see if these Anacris do live, because sometimes they don't do too well in the heat. Right now it's probably in the upper 70s Fahrenheit, and that's why I think this will do fine for right now. But I want to see, because it does need root tabs, and I want to see what works. But I really am very pleased. I think those three, look at all these guppies, amazing. I think they're big. You see them all chasing the girls around, kind of like humans, right? Chasing the girls around. I think those three adjustments: crushed coral, the taking out, having a lot less salt in there, and the aeration have made the difference. I to be honest, to be very authentic, I haven't lost a fish in at least a month. And another thing that I see the babies there, and that's why I like all this plant coverage, is that because just before I forget, before I talk about the plant coverage, these leaves right here, you see these leaves? They fall from that tree over there, and they're always falling in here. I'm always taking leaves out of here, and that also makes the water a little bit more tannins. Now, what I wanted to share with you is why I like all this plant coverage. You see the babies? That's why. Because you get all these little babies here, and that leaf really helps me to see it. Like I said, I'm hoping this plant does well. I think it should, but you'll be the first to know. And if it doesn't, you see that there's a big space here. God knows there's plenty of plants here. I'll just kind of maneuver plants around to kind of cover this space in case this doesn't work out, because it may not. I have some big plants over here, and then I'll have another big plant over there. So I'll see. But I'm hoping it does make it. And again, these plants, you see, they also, you can tell over here, like these plants right here are not doing well. The ones over here, there. Why? Because of all the salt that I had in there. So it's like they say the damage is done. So I'm working on growing them back in, not taking them out. I want to see how it works. Also, this filter, which Andy from the fish farm provided me with, is spectacular. It really is. I change these out once a month. I got to change them not this weekend, next weekend. They're really, really, really good. It's very good. I can't lie to you. The heater also, I still have the heater in here, believe it or not. Just making sure it's on right, because I want to make sure, because you got birds coming in here. They take baths. They do. I have the heater in here. The heater, which is right over there. You see it right? Oh my God, I got a good shot of the heater. Holy cow, right there. That heater. I leave it there probably another 3 weeks. Not next week when I change the water, but the following. And so about 3 weeks time. One week, 2, 3 weeks, I'll take out the heater. But we'll still get cool days, like in low 60s, upper 50s. So that's why I don't want to get these into a shock. So I'm excited about this tank. I've rambled on for about 10 minutes about this tank. My man Buddha over here. One more thing before I close it out. is I got this Pothos, and I put it in my other tank behind me, which I'm going to probably do an update. I will do an update next time. And I had bamboo in there as well. You see that? Not so much the bamboo, but the Pothos right there. That's the Pothos. In here in the 305, we call it malanga, and the malanga it grows long roots. Let me see if I can stand up, and it actually helps remove nitrates from the water. And again, I looked that up on YouTube, and you'll see right here. I can't see it. I'm just hoping you see it. Those roots, right? You see, also have long, big plants down here. That actually helps remove. And I have this plant jimmied in here. That was my mom's plant, by the way. This one right there. And I have that jimmied in here, so therefore it holds it in place with the wind. But that has been a spectacular addition. Get some Pothos. It really, it looks pretty, and it helps remove some of the nitrates, their poop. So that was the last of the, I think, of the update. But I'm excited. The number one thing I'm excited about is there's a baby. There's a baby. He was born there. Oh my goodness. You like that? Look at that. That's a platy that was born here. Oh my goodness. Look at that. Oh my goodness. I'm really excited about the fish tank. It's see a better view here. It's a big tank. It's 75 gallons. I really like how the plants are sticking out. I'm hoping, I'm praying that I know it's gonna be a little more expensive getting the root tabs and all that from Aquarium Co-op. They're not paying me for to say that, but they are really good. I really like it. I put in some root tabs last night so the thing doesn't die. So let's pray and hope, because I really like it. And if it doesn't, we make more adjustments. But this is don't tell anybody, but this is definitely my favorite aquarium that I have of my, and I include my tortoise in there as an aquarium, but it's not. Of my 10 enclosures, this is definitely my favorite. I hope you like me rambling on for 12 minutes about my fish tank. It's fun. It's a good time. And just if you're not enjoying your fish tanks, and sometimes I'm guilty of that too, you're missing out. You really are. This is, I think I'm changing my voice. This is Louis D. Fresh.